Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
Hey guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So this week is categories, and starting with the first deck, if you have a pressing love situation or you're wanting to know what's happening in your love life, this is for you, deck number 1. Love matters in deck number 1. Or if you are concerned about finances or career, deck number 2 is for you. Career and finances, deck number 2. Or if you are open to any messages from Spirit, then deck number 3 is for you. Open messages for deck number 3. All right. So I hope you have made your final selection, and we'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. All right, you have the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Wheel, the 10 of Cups, overall energy, 4 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the Hermit. Okay, so it looks as if you guys have been feeling alone, or like you want to be left alone, or maybe you've been isolated or doing some sort of soul searching. I feel like maybe there is something that you hope and wish for. Maybe there are things that you're wanting in a relationship that you're trying to manifest, or you want to make sure that you understand certain things about yourself before you enter a relationship. Or there could be something about your current relationship that is making you question things, making you, I don't know, maybe wonder about the future or what you want going forward. If you're single, it seems like you definitely have been like you've had a lot of time to like focus on yourself, and I feel like you've been bored with the people that have been approaching you. Like you don't really care for the offers that have been coming around you. But you also look like you've been stuck in your comfort zone, and you know, just maybe there is some sort of emotional barricade that you have up. And it seems like you're also being quiet or secretive about certain things. Maybe there are things about yourself that you're not really ready to share with other people. Maybe there are hidden desires that you have that you're not wanting to share with people. But it seems like you're dealing with hidden desires or hidden emotions. Also, like if you're single, I feel like maybe you've been trying to establish some sort of boundary for yourself. Like, you know, there are certain things that you have to have in a relationship. So, you know, you're not backing down. It's like some sort of must-haves. And so, yeah, maybe you also have been patiently waiting for that type of person to come into your life or to find that type of love. And a lot of times it feels like maybe the things that you want or demand are being misinterpreted as well. If there's someone specific that you're interested in, or there's some sort of connection, I feel like maybe there is distance between you guys. I feel like there are things that are needing to be said. I feel like certain things are I feel like you guys are needing to open up about certain things in your lives. It just seems like people are guarded. You also might be pushing somebody away, or maybe you feel like your partner's pushing you away. And whatever negative energy is being experienced, I feel like it could be petty, or people are playing like tit for tat. So it's like, okay, you want to do that? Then I'm going to do this. So it just seems like maybe there is misunderstandings when it comes to love, and maybe even like hurt feelings or something. I do feel like there are things that you're working on. If you're in a relationship, there's been some things going on, but it looks like at the end of the day, you and your partner are trying to work things out. You're trying to, come to some sort of conclusion as to what's going on in your relationship, maybe approaching it from a realistic point of view, and then also just remembering the fact that you're in love with each other. You want to work things out because you love this person. Maybe you're realizing that it takes work to like fall in love again, especially if the relationship has been stagnant. So you guys could be trying to decide like how to build the relationship. There also could be disagreements in regards to children. Whether or not you want children, or do you want any more children that you guys are discussing in a relationship. So I'm also getting something about a secret or a hidden pregnancy. I don't know. It just kind of feels like maybe someone is trying to keep a pregnancy under wraps. If it's not a secret or hidden pregnancy, then it may be some sort of secret about the pregnancy. Like maybe there's some sort of paternity issues, or maybe it's questionable. Maybe someone is not really for sure. They think this is the father, but they're not really sure. So there could be some unusual things happening if you're in an established relationship. It also could indicate that there's a guy that, maybe has like a secret family or a secret child. And it looks like this is about boundary setting as well. I feel like if you are wanting something, you're having to establish some sort of boundary. Or maybe you're giving your partner some sort of ultimatum. But usually it's like a boundary with what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. If you're single, I feel like you're telling yourself that you're not settling. You're like, I'm not going to settle. This is what I want in a relationship. If I cannot have these things in a relationship, I don't want it at all. So I do feel like someone has like high standards. Also, if you have shared these high standards with your partner, it seems like they may have taken offense to that. And I don't know, that like I feel like this person's trying to match your energy. If you're single, I feel like there's a strong possibility that you could connect with somebody at work. Or yeah, something like at work or on a job. Like you might end up falling for somebody. It's something else I was picking up. Well, for one, I say be cautious because maybe you've also been ignoring your intuition. And so if you're having a connection with somebody, but you feel like something's off, you're like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like something's off. There is a strong possibility that someone is not single. Maybe someone is putting on the facade of being single when they're not. So that would be, just a word of caution. If there's someone that you just started talking to, but you feel your intuition is like trying to tell you something and maybe you're trying to blow it off, I feel like you should trust it, like listen to it. It was something else I was picking up though. I hate when that happens. Well, hopefully it'll come back. All right, let's clarify this Seven of Cups. All right, so for some of you, you might have like a secret admirer. Maybe you're also a little confused about how someone feels about you, or you kind of suspect that this person's into you, but maybe they haven't fully expressed that just yet. You also might be having dreams about somebody or feel connected to somebody in a dream. Your dreams may have been trying to prepare you for a relationship. So just mainly like if you've been dreaming about being in relationships a lot, that could be, the universe's way of showing you that someone is coming into your life soon. And it does look like something that you dreamed up is manifesting. It seems like you're also initially going to be confused about the person that comes into your life. I don't know if you're confused about their intentions, or maybe you're just having a hard time figuring out what feeling or what energy you're getting from them. It also feels like someone is being very generous to you or doing like a lot of nice things. Maybe someone has a way of expressing themselves, or like something about their love language maybe is a little foreign to you. Now, it also could be that someone is creating some sort of boundary with you. Maybe someone does not want to be hurt, and so they're creating some sort of a boundary between you and them, and they're wanting the relationship to develop on their terms. So they're trying to like call the shots. And just because this person might be reaching out to you doesn't necessarily mean that they want you to reach out to them, because it's like when you do, then this person maybe goes silent, or you're just like, okay, like 1 minute this person's talking to me, then when I talk to them, they're not like answering the call or responding to text, or, so something is, I feel like there could be some sort of unusual power control or control issues with this connection. But yeah, somebody definitely seems to have a wall up. It feels like you're also being challenged when it comes to your beliefs in regards to relationships. Like maybe you don't believe in living together until married, and you know, maybe this person is opposite of that. So again, it seems like maybe there's issues when it comes to ideas of commitment. Maybe your idea of commitment isn't the same as your love interest. It seems like there is some sort of misalignment between two people. You also might feel suspicious, or maybe you don't really trust when good things are happening to you. Something looks like it has to do with the way you meet somebody. It seems like your love life could somehow be tied into your professional life. Also, someone's transparency could cause some sort of conflict. All right, so I do see that someone has a strange way of expressing themselves. It can be misinterpreted for sure. There may be a possibility of a water sign wanting to work things out with you or build with you. It also could be because of a water sign you met this person. And it feels like someone is putting a lot of thought into how they want to pursue you. Like they're being very analytical about their approach. Be careful about manipulative energies anyway. Make sure that you are confident in yourself before moving forward with someone. You don't want someone trying to mold you into who they want you to be. Like, you have to love yourself and not allow someone to, manipulate you or mold you. I feel like you are wanting to be accepted for who you are. And maybe you also could be experiencing that in an existing relationship. Maybe it feels like your partner is trying to mold you into someone else or fix you. Also, if you're becoming more serious in a relationship, there might be more discussions about bank accounts and assets, and you just want to make sure that you still keep something set aside for yourself, especially if you're getting married. In fact, if you aren't married yet, there could be discussions about like prenups. It feels like someone is wanting to be a father, or someone is a father, so maybe someone is a single parent. Also, if someone is unhappy in a relationship, but they're just like holding on to it out of obligation, I feel like at some point that truth is going to come out. Going back to setting boundaries, I feel like maybe boundaries are needing to be set, when it comes to your relationship, because either you have people that's trying to disrupt it, or they have people trying to disrupt your relationship. It also looks like someone is trying to maybe break up a marriage or come between two people. Something also kind of feels like damage control. Maybe something already happened in the past, and now your person is trying to make it up and like win you back over and try to gain your trust back. Yeah. All right, so those are the messages that I have for deck number 1. Moving on to deck number 2, career and finances. You have the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, the Fool, 10 of Pentacles, overall energy, 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the World. All right, so you could be going through some sort of ending and like establishing some sort of new chapter in your life. I feel like you're wanting to, I feel like you're in order to feel at peace, you need to have, the type of income that you're needing, or maybe you're also hoping to get a certain type of job. Now, it seems like something is being offered to you, or you are receiving something that you asked for, but at the same time, I'm getting like anxiety and just this feeling of hopelessness. There could just be other personal issues that you're having to deal with on top of your career or finances, but it definitely seems like you could be having anxiety and maybe even dealing with some sort of depression. And sometimes it seems like you feel like you just want to let something go or give everything up. Maybe you feel tired. I feel like you are getting to a point where you're like, I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna see where life takes me. Hold on. Yeah, you might just feel like, I don't know. Let me just trust the process. I'm not going to keep worrying about this. And I do feel that you're going to start to feel more sense of calmness at some point. There may be something that you're needing to let go of or move on from, especially, I don't know, some sort of ideas. It just seems like you're like, maybe this isn't going to work. And the minute you decide that you're going to let that idea go or let a situation go, things do get better. And by you deciding that you're just going to let it go and move on, it does lead to some sort of financial abundance. And I feel like in order to get this abundance, you're also going to have to take some sort of leap of faith. You might end up making some sort of decision that is questionable from the outside. Maybe people are like, what are you doing? Like, is that smart? And you don't care at this point. I feel like you're also just very disconnected from people's opinions and judgment, and you are doing something that you want to do. And whatever that is, it gives you maybe that security that you're needing. I feel like before the money comes in, or before the new career comes in, you're still going to have to experience these scary emotions. It's still, in a sense, building character and then just like preparing you for your future and things that you need to know for the future. Maybe at some point, because of the things that you've gone through, the struggle that you've experienced will be helpful information to someone else down the line. So I feel like you're still, even though having to go through these things, you are storing these memories, these emotions, and all these experiences. And one day I feel like it's going to come in handy. Even if it drove you to write a book or something, you're like, I need to talk about my struggle or the things that I went through. And you could end up, building a huge community based off of things that you've experienced. Maybe you're sharing things and, you have something very valuable to share with other people. And it's giving me the same energy as the star, where it's like your way of giving back or helping people is to just like share something personal. And so, yeah, it looks like people also could be coming from a distance because they're inspired by your story, or they're inspired by your life. And by people coming from a distance, maybe it just means that, you're on social media. And so many people from different walks of lives are able to like see you and hear your story. I'm getting something about maybe living in a new city or something. The city that you live in or that you're moving towards has a mix of mountains and like these buildings, but it seems like it's kind of like sunk in. It really just kind of, I guess it makes me think of either Colorado or Utah. But I'm thinking like Colorado is kind of like made like that. Yeah, I don't know if someone just wants to go and, live in a place that's unusual, that a lot of people don't live in. Whatever it is giving you peace. You also could take some sort of a job offer that is kind of distant. And maybe it's someplace that you've never been, but definitely seems like there's mountains, like you're surrounded by mountains. Yeah, this even is making me think of like Colorado River. Yeah, and then if you've been feeling out of place, or like you have lost your purpose, I just still feel like all of that is leading up to where you're supposed to be. You're going to find your people. You're going to be surrounded by people who want the same things that you want out of life, who shares the same values as you. And even though this is supposed to be about career and or finances, it still seems like is for the most part talking about you having the things around you that you value. There's also the possibility that someone is maybe purchasing land in a place where you don't live, or purchasing land, someplace at a distance, and maybe it does pay off. Yeah, I kind of feel like somebody is either investing in a building or just land itself. Even if you're not necessarily into real estate, it's still like maybe like an investment. Maybe there are some people that's just like, let's buy this property. Let's chip in and buy this so we can flip it together. So I kind of feel like maybe somebody is looking at property. If you've been wanting to start your own restaurant business, I kind of see that as well. But for the most part, I just still feel like you're going to eventually get to where you need to be. You also could get hired at some big company with, benefits that you want and need. Now, also someone might have enough money to retire and could be retiring early, and maybe somebody's like, why are you retiring so early? And you might feel like, because I can. So if you're already experiencing some new beginning in your life, you might be just really stressed about it. Just kind of like, man, okay, like that's been fulfilled. I completed this and I've moved on, but I'm so worried about what direction to go in next. So I feel like you could possibly be in the middle of a major career shift in your life and you're just super nervous about it, and maybe asking if you even know what you're doing, and there may be moments where you just have like a lack of faith in what's happening. But I feel like you're going to get reminders that the universe is looking out for you and that you are being guided to where you need to be. I feel like you're having conversations with your higher self and then just kind of trusting that guidance. There also could be something that was said by somebody that really stressed you out. Especially maybe like an earth sign. Maybe an earth sign said something to you and it really got to your head. You'll be fine is basically what I'm getting here. Yeah, so again, it just looks like you want to find a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose. And I feel like you're going to go from this emotional turmoil or anxiety to finding your peace. There's also a likely possibility of getting involved in things that, well, it's like you find beauty in it. Dealing with beauty or dealing with luxury or dealing with anything Venetian. If you also are just kind of like frustrated about like what to do, I don't know if you've ever thought about interior design or anything dealing with beauty, face, hair, nails, getting a massage license, you know, just whatever it is things that help you feel beautiful and enjoy pleasures in the world. I can even see like nurturing energies in this if you're wondering like what you're supposed to be doing. So I don't know too if someone has ever thought about having like a daycare. I do feel like you're going to find your purpose. And I do feel like you're going to find something fulfilling. There's also the possibility of working with elderly people. It feels like either working with babies or elderly people and then just finding a sense of peace in that. It also feels like you're having a birth, but more so like the birth of an idea. And you're like exploring it. You're like, let me play around with this idea. But it feels right. It feels something about what you're doing feels right. It feels like there is traveling that's taking place. Again, maybe there is an idea that you have that requires you to travel or move. If you're not physically traveling, then it feels like you're spiritually traveling or, you know, using some form of astral projection or astral traveling. And maybe by doing that on a personal level is also something that is helping you move forward in life or find out what it is that you're supposed to be doing for a career or for finances. Yeah, so again, it just looks like you are feeling liberated. You're feeling like this sense of freedom or independence. It seems like you are feeling very optimistic again. I feel like your confidence is kicking in. If some sort of idea starts to take off that you had, it's going to motivate you to keep going. That also might be a sign for you to keep going. Maybe you just had like this random idea and you were like, you know what, I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to test it out and see what type of feedback I get from the universe. And you do it, and then all of a sudden you start getting a lot of customers or clients. This is if you know it's your own business. And it just seems like it's happening so easily. You definitely might need to take that as a sign that, yeah, you're on the right track. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, if something, and even if it's not just working for yourself, anything that starts coming easy to you, I feel like it's an idea that you're going to run with. And I feel like you're supposed to. But I feel like you definitely don't want to feel like locked down. You don't want to feel restricted. So if you have been feeling restricted in some way, I feel like all of those restrictions are being removed. And this again is why you're feeling liberated and happy and just experiencing some sort of freedom here. Something seems like you're also escaping a lie. So I don't know, maybe it was the fear, maybe it was a lie that was told to you to keep you in fear. And now that you no longer believe in that lie, it's helping you succeed. There's a possibility that someone is maybe considering working with pets. I don't know if it's a grooming service, dog walking, or one of those pet cafes. But whatever it is, it does look like maybe someone is considering making a business when it comes to animals or pets. That's funny. So, although I am seeing like, you know, very loving and lighthearted messages, something still feels like maybe dirty money. Now, this also made me think of stocks because of that movie. What is it? Dumb, Stupid Money or whatever. And I don't know. Maybe there is something in regards to stocks that you're getting into. But I feel like along with this financial abundance still maybe comes some sort of darkness or some sort of restriction. You're breaking from one restriction, but maybe going into another one. But the only difference is, let's say you were restricted and broke. This time you're restricted and rich. If that makes sense. I feel like this is still something that you desire, though, whatever this is. Whatever is happening when it comes to money or career, I feel like just stay aware. Have a moral compass, or don't, but awareness is definitely key. It also feels like a lifestyle, a new lifestyle comes along with more money. So you just want to make sure that you are strong enough to deal with certain things that's going to be around you, certain temptations. All right, so that is all for deck number 2. Moving on to deck number 3. And you have the Queen of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Tower, overall energy, Six of Swords, the Fool, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. I feel like in the past, maybe you've been an overthinker. It feels like you have caged yourself in by your own thoughts, though. Like your own thoughts have been crippling. But it feels like you are breaking free from that type of mindset, or from whatever thoughts that have been suppressing you. And I feel like you're deciding that you are ready to move forward. Something about your mood seems more tranquil. I feel like you are more at peace with where you're headed. And it seems like you're also just kind of like also testing the waters, depending on what's happening in your life. You're like, I'm just testing the waters. I'm just experimenting with certain things and seeing, where it goes or where it takes me. Or maybe you're telling yourself you're going to release certain type of thoughts or a certain type of mindset and see where it gets you. And it just seems like you are moving forward easier in your life, or with ease. I feel like you're starting to have more clarity. I still feel like you're going to experience some sort of unexpected changes. Or maybe there's going to be a change of plans when it comes to, a routine that you have. Something just like throws you off guard and forces you to go in a different direction. Seems like you're going to experience something very enlightening. Something hits you, like you have this thought or this realization, and it just kind of like changes everything, changes your whole perspective. You might find yourself having profound conversations, or just some sort of profound experience. And it seems like you're going to be bonding with people as well. Or maybe it's just one person, but I feel like you guys are bonding. You might be bonding on spirituality, especially spirituality. But it seems like you're connecting with people that you have things in common with. There's a possibility that someone is going to be like a catalyst for change in your life. And it could be an air sign especially. Yeah. It also seems like something could be revealed. Like maybe you reveal a secret or someone reveals a secret to you. It just feels like you weren't expecting something. You're like, oh, that threw me completely off guard. Emotionally, I feel like anything that you're hiding emotionally, I feel like is going to come out. I just feel like there's no more room to hold in your heart. Whatever this is bothering you. And it just seems like you put something out there that is very emotional. There could be some sort of communication issues between you and another person. I don't know, it just seems like something unexpected is happening to you. You could be bonding with someone when it comes to like anxiety. Maybe you guys are both like, oh my God, like I get anxiety about that too. Or there could be some kind of trauma bonding happening. And not necessarily romantic. It feels more like platonic situations unfolding. You also might have some sort of conversation with somebody in your dream that, like, when you wake up, you're like, oh my God, like, was that real? Like, that felt so real. And you, like, maybe remember clearly, like, something that was said or scenes that you saw. You might be mind blown at something that you dreamed about. So spiritually, there definitely could be some sort of psychic gifts developing. Maybe someone comes into your life to activate that gift. Maybe all of a sudden you have some sort of visions, or you become clairaudient, or whatever. It's just a number of gifts that a person might have, or that could open up. It could be anything, but definitely seems like a gift could be waking up within you. I feel like you're also going to be experiencing deja vus and telepathy. Maybe more than usual. There could be a relationship that also crumbles. Maybe because it was flawed in the first place. It also feels like someone has been trying to distract you or trying to get your attention. It also could be a spirit of someone who's no longer here, that's been trying to distract you or get your attention. It feels too like maybe you're being triggered or dealing with some sort of insecurities. But I feel like even if you are, that is to bring something to your attention so that you can heal it. In a love situation, if you're suspicious about a love triangle or a third party, your suspicions are probably right. I don't know if someone was honest about where their whereabouts have been or where they went to on their last trip. Maybe it was supposed to be a business trip, but something may have happened. It also seems like when someone becomes inebriated, like so much comes out. So much gets revealed. If you're dating, I say just be careful of who you're dating. You don't know whether or not people have good or bad intentions. Something does feel a little off. I feel like someone is also lying about their age. Someone might be much younger than they said they were. Maybe someone already told you they were younger, but then you find out that they were actually another minus 5 years, you know. So I feel like maybe something feels shocking when you find out how much younger this person is. I feel like your intuition is trying to reveal something to you. And I do feel like your intuition is picking something up, but there's also a mixture of paranoia in this. So it's like hard for you to distinguish what it is that you're exactly suspicious about. A lot of times when I get this, it's usually indicating that yes, somebody is keeping a secret, but it's not that, you know. So I feel like maybe it's just a little like you're needing clarity in regards to what someone is keeping secret from you. I feel like someone is also insecure about their voice or their speech. I don't know if someone has like a speech impediment. Anybody who has children, your children or your child could reveal something to you that just threw you off. So even though I'm picking up like anxiety attacks, it just still feels so much better once the attack is over. It seems like something about these anxiety attacks bring clarity. And definitely seems like some sort of illusion will be shattered. There could be something very revealing about an earth sign, especially Capricorn. Also, someone might have some sort of shocking news to share with you. Even though something is crumbling or falling apart, I feel like at the end of the day, you're still going to be at peace with it. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm getting for you guys. Hopefully some messages have helped. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.